Hey guys, how's it going? It's a beautiful fall night out, and I thought I'd sort of show you my lantern that I found at an estate sale last week. And I wish I would have took pictures of it before I fixed it up, but it was nasty and dirty and it didn't even look like it would work. But I thought I'd sort of go over some of the features of it and light it up for you, show you what these old lanterns are all about. Yeah, so this is a 1927 Coleman 427 model. I think it's an L427. But yeah, they were made in 1920s. And it's pretty cool. I haven't had one this old before. Oh, the light came on. So yeah, I'll take it apart and sort of show you. So this was before, you know, and I'm no expert on these, but the earlier ones used these mica. They call it a Micah Chimney or a Micah globe. And I'm guessing it's before they had the technology to make the glass to where it could withstand the heat, before they had Pyrex. And so they used mica, you know the mica rock that you can peel the clear layers off of. And I don't know how they do it, but this one's in pretty rough shape, but it's weird because it feels like plastic. And I was like, no way, that's not a mica shade. And so I took a lighter and just to test it, you know. And yeah, if that was plastic, it would melt. But yeah, it's weird. It feels like plastic, but it's mica. I don't know how they peel those sheets off like that, but it's just in a sheet metal frame, and then it has a little door that you can open to light it. Isn't that cool? So yeah, that was so cool. And well, all I did to this thing was I put new mantles on it, cleaned it up, and then I'll show you. Let me put this back in here. But yeah, that's so cool that I can't believe I found an early Coleman lantern, because you know I found quite a few 50s, 60s, 70s ones, but never a 20s one like this one. So yeah, that's super cool. Make sure I got that in the right spot. So yeah, and then the stud on the top was half broke off, and so I had to make this. I found this nut, and then I welded a stud to it to extend it up. And so yeah, the little top just goes on like that. And these old lanterns are so cool. The top is porcelain coated on these. But yeah, so I fixed the stud on the top, and then it was missing the fuel cap. And I actually took this one off of one of my, because this one takes, some of them have a screw in the middle and it doesn't fit on this one. So this is actually off of one of my old Coleman camp stoves, but it works. And then this is an old copper Coleman funnel that I got from my father-in-law. He actually had two of these that he gave me. And so yeah, these have a little cutout here for the funnel. We'll give it a little fuel, and then I'll show you how the pump works. Yeah, see my vintage Coleman can, and it actually had fuel in it. Got that at the thrift store too. And the nice thing about this Coleman fuel is it's pretty stable. It lasts for quite a long time, so I'm sure it's probably good. Oops. Dumped a little bit. So yeah, make sure the lid's on tight so it makes a good seal. Get this stuff out of here. Make sure you keep all your fuel away from your lantern. So yeah, that's so cool. And then I was going to show you the pump side on this thing. So on these, so here's the pump. And you can just hand unscrew it. And this is what's usually like trashed on these old things. And I'll be darned if so you pull it out, And then on these old ones, the plunger is leather, and this one is in really nice shape. And so what you use on these is you get neat's foot oil. I don't even know what that means, but isn't that cool? I found a vintage can of neat's foot oil, and they use it to soften up leather. And in the sign industry, we use it to when you're done cleaning your brushes, you dip them in this to keep them soft. Yeah, I don't even know what it is, neat's foot oil. But anyways, you take a little neat's foot oil and put it on your leather. Because yeah, that's what you're supposed to use, the neat's foot oil, not like motor oil or petroleum based oil, because I guess it will rot the leather. So you use the neat's foot oil. But anyways, you just get that bad boy back in there. And then see, this is a valve, a one-way valve here. It's a check valve in the bottom, like a check ball. And so you open it and pump it, and it pressurizes the tank. And then you turn this to close it. But anyways, you get this in here, and then you carefully work your plunger in there so it doesn't catch an edge. Make sure it's in there nice and straight. And then yeah, you just tighten down your nut. And then we're ready to pump it. So you open it, and then you just start pumping. And on these lanterns, you have to hold your finger over this hole, because if you don't, it just lets the pressure out. So you have to hold your finger over that hole and then pump it. And there's a guy that has a YouTube channel. It's called Lantern Lab, and he's been really helpful. I've been watching his videos. And so anyways, he always suggests you give it 20 pumps when you're first lighting it. And the newer lanterns, like the 50s, 60s, 70s ones, you open this a quarter turn, and then you light it and let it warm up, and then you can open it up. But these are a little different. So these ones you have to preheat the tube in there. So you open this guy up. Oops. So you have to preheat the generator tube so that it vaporizes the fuel. Otherwise, it'll just flood it out. The raw fuel will come out because it's not vaporized. But anyways, so we'll open this just a crack and let some fuel in there, and then I close it. I don't know if that's right or not, and then you just take your lighter and preheat the generator, and once it warms up, it'll pop some fuel in there. Watch. And then once you got it lit, crack the valve open just a little bit, and it'll flame like that until it warms up, until the generator warms up. So don't give it too much fuel or it'll flood it out, and then it'll just so let her warm up. But yeah, I found the key with these old things is you can't give it too much fuel at first. Just barely enough fuel. See, there it goes. And you close your little door. We'll let her heat up a little more. Maybe give her a few more pumps of pressure. And then once it's heated up, you can open the valve some more. But yeah, isn't that cool? Look at that. 1927. Almost 100 years old. Not quite. So yeah, that's the Coleman 427 Quicklite is what they call that. And you guys probably can't see that, but it says Coleman Sunshine, Coleman Quicklite. Sunshine of the night. And then there's a 7 and a 5 underneath it. That's the date. The 7 means 1927, and then 5 is the 5th month, which is what? January, February, March, April, May. No, wait. January, February, March, April. Yeah, May. May of 1927. So yeah, isn't that so cool? And I guess you can, you know, if you don't have a mica shade like that, you can replace it with the glass one. But the mica shade is cool. I guess there's like one guy that makes reproduction ones, and I don't even know if he's making them anymore. But yeah, that's my lantern, guys. 20 bucks. And she's a runner. That's so cool. So yeah, if you guys are, you know, looking for something cool to work on, find an old lantern. They're fun. And once you get them up and running, they'll last you a long time. They last forever. I mean, look at this thing. Who knows how long it was sitting around. And just a little cleaning and some new mantles. Bam, she's a runner. All right, cool. We'll catch you guys on the next one.